Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again with yet another deck, and this is an update for a deck from about 2 years ago. One of my moderators on my stream really has a thing for Thantis the Warweaver, and we were talking about it the other day. I said, look, I haven't updated Thantis, my version of Thantis, for a while. Let me do an update video over the Christmas New Year period. We'll have a look at it, we'll get it done, and that's what today's deck is. For those of you who've not seen Thantis before, 3 black, red and green for a 5/5 legendary creature spider. Has vigilance and reach, so that's pretty good for a spider. And then it has 2 interesting abilities. All the creatures attack each combat if able, and whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on Thantis the Warweaver. Now this does make it a little bit dodgy because people see this, they tend to attack you because they don't want your creatures there. So you need ways of stopping them, so tokens, or in this case a bit of goading, and we've also got a few spiders in here, so it's kind of a mix of a type or goading deck with spiders. So, but there are quite a few new cards in it coming in compared to the old version. So here we go. Here's what my updated version of Thantis the Warweaver looks like. Right then, at the beginning, a Glorious Shepherd to stop Thantis being countered and all the other green spells, including Birds of Paradise and Ignoble Hierarch. Generous Plunderer is also here as well to replace our sadly departed Dockside Extortionist. Still like this card, you know, giving someone a treasure, yeah, not always great, but you do get the treasure yourself, and getting an attack in for a couple of points of damage, I think it's worth the card, so hence it's here. Sylvan Carroted gives us ramp along with Twitching Doll. Twitching Doll serves double duty here to give us some more spiders to keep the sort of like type side of the deck going. Goblin Spymaster just chucks around 1/1 red goblin creature tokens, and creatures you control attack each combat if able. So yeah, make sure people are attacking. Kemenatu, the battle armor, lets us goad each creature a player controls when it or the equipped creature it deals damage to gets in. So yeah, we'll put Kemenatu on Thantis as much as possible because, you know, you then get a 7/7 vigilance reach menace creature that's very hard to block unless someone's got a couple of death touch creatures, so be aware of that. Varchild, when they gets killed off, gives you all the survivor tokens that they've created. When it's done damage to opponents, so that's quite nice. But the survivors your opponents get can't attack you or any planeswalkers, so that does kind of help. Arista is here because of the typal side of it, to give us a few more spiders when people cast instants and sorceries. Emberwild Captain lets us become the Monarch, and when we're attacked, if we're the Monarch still, whoever's attacking us takes damage equals number of cards in their hand, so it kind of turns people off attacking you, which is quite nice. Cardu Doom Scourge just means everybody attacks everybody else apart from you. Khan the Betrayer gives you a couple of cards. It has to attack each combat if able. And the Betrayer bit's quite interesting. It's very much like Harry's in 40k. If you don't know this history of Khan, go and have a read of it. It's quite fun reading his backstory in 40k land. So the Betrayer side of it is very reminiscent of what it does in the 40k world. If the damage will be dealt to Khan, prevent that damage, an opponent gave your choice gains control of it. So, you know, he's going to be around forever. Life of the Party's in to give everyone a token that can't attack you, and +X+0 is pretty good. First strike, trample and haste is even better, but 1 toughness does mean he tends to get killed off quite happily, but yeah, they might get hit in. The Swarm Weaver gives us a couple of insects, and hopefully if we hit Delirium we get to make our insects and spiders bigger and give them death touch, which then makes Thantis lethal. Toski, Bearer Secrets, lets us draw cards. Baal, Lord of Murder, comes back in from one of the Forgotten Realms sets. I can't remember which one it is now off the top of my head. But whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and goad it. So that's quite cool. Defiler of Vigor is also in. Cast our green permanent spells. We get to put +1/+1 counters on all our creatures. The Frenzied Saddle Brute is also here, so all our opponents' creatures have Persuado Haste, that as long as they don't attack you, get to go and smack people. Kazarik, the Eye Tyrant, is also in. Whenever you attack, tap target creature a player controls and goad it, and then whenever an opponent attacks another one of your opponents, you and the attacking player each draw a card and lose a life. So a little bit of card draw, it's a bit painful. Kazul of the Tyrant Cliffs is in because people forget to hold back 3 mana, so otherwise you end up with a whole load of ogres, which is nice. The Overlords come in as well. We've got the Overlord of Baelmark comes in from Duskmourn to give us a little bit of mill stuff to help with the Delirium, and also to get something back from our graveyard to our hand if we need it to be there. Overlord of the Hauntwoods I just like as an extra way of getting a land that taps for anything. which is fine by me. Dragon Layer Spider is now being fixed on MTGO, so it doesn't give you death-touching insects that fly anymore. It just gives you normal 1/1 insects, but again, more blockers for you that you need because you're going to be being attacked because of Thantis. But Geode Ranger kind of helps out because it goads everyone's creatures when landfall happens. Really good with some of the sack lands, as you can imagine. The other overlords of the boiler vials to get that 4 damage into any target, which is very good for me. Shelob, Child of Ungul, I can never say that, but it gives all our spiders death touch and ward, which is nice. And then whenever another creature deals damage this turn by a spider you control dies, create a token as a copy of that spider, except it's a food artifact and it loses all other card types. So yeah, gives you a way of gaining some life back, which kind of helps out. Finally, it's a green deck. Vigor's here, more +1/+1 counters, and he gets to get shuffled back in once it gets killed off. Not exiled, just bear that in mind. Spells wise, not too many. Ancient Grudge to take out annoying artifacts. Farseek for the ramp. Heroic Intervention to protect everything. Nature's Law for more ramp. Spectacular Showdown is good fun if we can get the overload off. Put a double strike counter on target creature, then goad each creature that had a double strike counter put on it this way. If we can overload it, it's marvellous. 3 visits for the ramp. Arachnogenesis gives us a whole load more spires and prevents all where X's number of creatures attacking you, and prevent all damage that will be dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. So that helps. Chain Reaction, Damnation, and Blasphemous Act give us some more board control. And then Disrupt Discorum, goad all creatures you don't control, so you can leave everybody open for your attacks, which is nice. And then Venture Forth, just as a nice exile way of getting additional land every so often. Every 3 turns is a lot, but at least you get a random land. Artifact wise, ramp mainly, so Mox Tantalite, Soul Talisman are here, Elixir of Immortality's in as usual to shuffle everything back in. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, all 3 of the medallions in the colours. Felwar Stone, because the chances are you are going to have someone playing red, black or green against you, so that helps with that. And then Swiftfoot Boots to protect Thantis a little bit if we need him to be protected, and Thought Vessel to make sure we've got no maximum hand size and a little bit of extra ramp. Enchantment wise, a bit different. Concordant Crossroads and Mass Hysteria just gives everybody haste. There's no way of them getting around and not attacking. Hissing Miasma, whenever a creature attacks you, its controller loses 1 life. Different. Parasitic Impetus, it puts goading on a creature. And whenever enchanted creature attacks, its controller loses 2 life and we gain 2 life. So make sure the biggest thing on the board doesn't attack you for a little while, assuming it hasn't got Pro Black or Hexproof or something. Likewise, Shining Impetus. Put this on one of your own creatures. Getting the extra treasure really helps, so put it on your own creature. And you're not worried if your stuff's goaded. Blood Reckoning, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker, that creature's controller loses 1 life. Yep, happy with that. Grand Melee, all creatures attack each turn, all creatures block each turn if able. That upsets people quite a lot, to be honest, yeah. Marchesa's Decree, we become the Monarch, and again, whenever a creature attacks us, that creature's controller loses 1 life, so we've got 3 similar effects here, which really do help us win the game. Nature's Will's in, whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, tap all lands that player controls and untap all our lands. So that helps us have a really good second main phase as well. No Mercy, anything that deals damage to us gets destroyed. Yep, happy with that. Revenge of the Ravens, another one that everyone... This one's slightly better, because whenever a creature attacks you, or Planeswalker, it's no Planeswalkers in decks, but when they attack us, each creature's controller loses 1 life and we gain 1 life, so that's fine. And then Predatory Impetus must be blocked if able and is goaded. This is really nice if you put it on one of your Death Touch creatures when you get there, because people will lose things quite happily. Lands wise, just the usual selection of red, black and green lands all the way through. We are playing Field of the Dead, we are playing 3 of each basic, we are playing Temple of the False God, and we are playing Urborg, and that's it really. There's nothing. And Yavimaya, there you go, that's what I was looking for. Temple of the False Gods here, Reliquary Towers here, the usual selection of lands. And that's it. That's my update on Thantis for now. I'll be playing Thantis sometime this week on stream. Streams are going to be a bit all over the place this week because of New Year's Eve and all the rest, New Year's Day and what have you. So there will be streams, don't know when, but they will be happening. So keep an eye out for me. You can find out, come below, there's a link down below to Twitch. You can go and give me a follow over there. If you haven't been here before, I'd love it if you could subscribe here on YouTube. I am 16 people short, so 584 subscribers short of 600 here. So the more the merrier. Please subscribe if you can. But for now, that's our short video for today with my update on Thantis. Any questions, any comments, anything you think I've missed out, let me know down below. And yeah, I will respond to them as soon as I get them. But for now, thanks for watching. Take care. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. Bye.